Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Unfortunately, we were gone for the past couple of weeks due to family issues, but all that has been resolved. So let's get right into it. Now, first things first, none of this financial advice. We are not financial advisors. Everything said here is 100% our opinion. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Coming to you from BitcoinMagazine.com, we see here that it looks like Russia is to legalize the use of cryptocurrency in international trade, says a report. The Bank of Russia and the Ministry of Finance has reportedly agreed to move toward approving the use of cryptocurrency payments in international trade. So Russia is close to pushing for legislation on Bitcoin and probably other cryptocurrencies to be used as a source of median for international trade. The necessary regulatory framework is still will still need to be introduced. And so we have to look and wonder, how is this going to pan out for the global world in cryptocurrency, especially here in the United States? Well, we know that Russia has been barred from the SWIFT system, as well as all their banking infrastructure and financial means for almost everybody, if not everybody in Russia, due to certain activities that Russia is putting on right now. And so we have to think about, how can this be beneficial as well as detrimental towards the cryptocurrency market? And it's actually both. As Chico Crypto said some time ago, I believe it was yesterday, on his video as far as Russia getting to legalize Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, he's absolutely right. This is very much a pro and con type of deal. We as Americans do not feel that it is appropriate to do business and to help out our adversaries, right? And so we could see some regulations come heavy and hard on specific crypto assets, maybe even Bitcoin being illegal to trade or Ethereum being illegal to trade, especially if Russia is to use it. Now, this is good for the people because it gives them a way to bypass the SWIFT system. And so we could actually see Russia use payments in the form of Bitcoin or Ethereum or something else to help with global trade in oil, gas, maybe even textiles or anything of that nature that Russia produces. And so that is somewhat bullish for Bitcoin as well as a negative. So going on to the next article here, coming to you from dailymail.co.uk, we see here that a professional football team, or soccer known in America, that West Ham has endorsed a crypto company that is actively promoting its services in Russia. We see Russia is also in this news article. Despite the UK government warning that digital finance could be used to bust sanctions and undermine efforts to halt Putin's war. Now, as we stated earlier, it looks like there are other companies, even here in the Western world, that want to do business with companies that still operate in Russia or within Russia realm. We see here that West Ham United has entered into a partnership with Peak DeFi in May of this year. The crypto company offers online financial services, which it promotes in Russia. The author Martin Kaladin raised concerns after UK government highlighted the risk of crypto assets being used to bust sanctions imposed to halt the Ukraine war. There is wider concern about the promotion of crypto companies by clubs. Now, it's no secret that all of sports is interested in the whole crypto space, specifically the NFT area, and even tokenizing for tokenizing the clubs or teams, whatever sport it may be, to help give ownership to the fans and maybe even give them some sort of say in the club's directions in certain things, in certain aspects. And so why is this bullish? Well, if you're a fan and you are a collector, or you have some sort of club that you follow, this is bullish, especially for those of you that are West Ham United fans, because it indicates that the club is going in the realm of cryptocurrency, which gives the fans some form of ownership in some magnitude for their club that they support. And so let's go ahead and look at how all of this news is affecting Bitcoin, right? So we're going to go to TradingView right now, okay? And we see here that Bitcoin has taken a dump a little bit, right? But we indicated here some time ago, I don't believe it was published on the channel, unfortunately, but if you followed our Twitters, it actually was published there. But we see here that we did indicate that there was a rising wedge, which can be and usually is a bullish thing, right? And it did finally break out. It broke out roughly around late August or mid to late August of that, and it went all the way down and currently is sitting around 19,000 USD. And now we see here that it is still below the 50 MA, which again is not so good for Bitcoin now, is it? And there is one other pattern that isn't really talked about right now, right? And we see here, and we're going to draw it out for you. Oops, I'm going to draw it out for you. There's that line there. And this is going to be another bearish thing, which is ironic because what we are currently drawing right in front of you is what's called a bearish flag, right? And we see here that the dump happens right here, and it's forming what could be a flag, which it could be many things, right? But we see here on this channel a flag, and to measure the dump on this, you have to take the flagpole and put it at the breaking point, right? And so we're just going to go ahead and indicate that it may break like somewhere around here time frame, right? And we see here that it's going to go all the way to $18,000 to $17,000. Now, when exactly is that going to happen? Well, we don't know because it could very well bounce around in the flag area for quite some time and then break down. But we do see sometime in September this month is more than likely going to be the time frame when it will break. So roughly within the next 3 weeks or so, maybe even 4 weeks. But why do we say 17? Well, that's just the way the pattern actually ends up by working out. But what is interesting is you need to look further back here, and we see here that it also reached around 17,500 USD back in June, right? And so that right there would indicate what is called a double bottom. Now, it does not mean it's going to stop at $17,000, but if you are sitting on cash on the side and want to dip your toes into Bitcoin, or at least cheap Bitcoin, that could very well be an opportunity for you to do so. Now, I will not, and again, this is not financial advice, I will not recommend you go ahead and put all your money at the $17,000 price, but I would go ahead and dabble-wabble a little bit into that. Going on to the next news article, we see here that Ethereum Classic books 12% rally as mining support for ETC gains pace. This is coming to you from Cointelegraph.com. Now, with the merge happening with Ethereum, and if you are not familiar with the merge for Ethereum, we're not going to go ahead and dive too much into that, or hardly at all right now. There's plenty of news articles out there for you to go ahead and educate yourself on that. But Ethereum Classic, which is the original Ethereum, is rallying. And the reason is because you have all these miners that have nowhere to go with all these machines, and how are they going to make money? How are they going to reinvest that? Well, they're going to go to Ethereum Classic, which still uses miners, it looks like. And we see here that the price secures a double-digit gain as its hash rate hits a record high, and BTC.com adds an Ethereum Classic mining option to its services. And so there are other areas where you could go ahead and mine, and other businesses that are actually helping individuals mine, specifically in Ethereum Classic, which essentially is going to give you that that surge in price. And we see here that they indicated that the top mining pool supports Ethereum Classic, and we see here that they indicated a chart. Let's go ahead and click on this chart, and we see that the specific price action as well as the hash rate has actually increased, right? And so what does that mean? It means everyone is going to Ethereum Classic, because they're not going to be able to stay on the regular Ethereum after the merge happens. So let's go ahead, and if you are not a miner and you're looking for a trading opportunity, this very well could be a great trading opportunity for you. Now, if you are not familiar with trading, let's see, in a bear market and shorting, then maybe this is not for you. But we see here that Ethereum Classic is heavily overbought. We see here, right there, look, overbought heavily. It's got a sell signal here on our graph right here, right? And we see also that it looks like it could be forming what looks like a mini potential fake out, because it is going up right here, the 50 MA. It is going up. We are above the 50 and we are above the 200, but it is extremely overbought. And we see that potentially it could come all the way down to test the 36 region, maybe even the 32 region, right? At which point then that would give you, let's go ahead and give you a quick measurement of that. Let's go ahead and see what that will give you if you choose the short currently. Let's see here, price range. To go ahead and take a short position, to our roughly, let's just go to 34 region. That is a 50% gain, right? If you put a short position, right? Because we're going to probably shoot for roughly around the 35 region, no, $34 region before closing the position. So again, not financial advice. We are not financial advisors. Everything said here is 100% our opinion. Happy days and happy trading, and good luck to you all.